Chromatic fantasy and feud. Having had a splendid dip in the pond, the tortoise is just crawling out and shaking himself dry, when who but Achilles walks by. "Ho there, Achilles! I was just thinking of you as I splashed around in the pond." "Isn't that curious? I was just thinking of you too, while I meandered through the meadows. They're so green this time of year." "You think so? It reminds me of a thought I was hoping to share with you. Would you like to hear it?" "Oh, I would be delighted. That is, I would be delighted as long as you're not going to try and snare me in one of your wicked traps of logic, Mr. T." "Wicked traps? Oh, you do me wrong. Would I do anything wicked? I'm a peaceful soul, bothering nobody and leading a gentle, herbivorous life. And my thoughts merely drift among the oddities and quirks of how things are, as I see them. I, humble observer of phenomena, plod along and puff my silly words into the air, rather unspectacularly, I am afraid. But to reassure you about my intentions, I was only planning to speak of my tortoise shell today, and as you know, those things have nothing whatsoever to do with logic. Your words do reassure me, Mr. T, and in fact, my curiosity is quite piqued. I would certainly like to listen to what you have to say, even if it is unspectacular. Let's see, how shall I begin? What strikes you most about my shell, Achilles? It looks wonderfully clean." "Thank you. I just went swimming and washed off several layers of dirt which had accumulated last century. Now you can see how green my shell is." "Such a good, healthy green shell. It's nice to see it shining in the sun." "Green? It's not green." "Well, didn't you just tell me your shell was green?" "I did." "Then we agree. It is green." "No, it isn't green." "Oh, I understand your game. You're hinting to me that what you say isn't necessarily true, that tortoises play with language, that your statements and reality don't necessarily match, that—" "I certainly am not. Tortoises treat words as sacred. Tortoises revere accuracy." Well then, why did you say that your shell is green, and that it is not green also?" "I never said such a thing, but I wish I had." "You would have liked to say that?" "Not a bit. I regret saying it, and disagree wholeheartedly with it." "That certainly contradicts what you said before." "Contradicts? Contradicts? I never contradict myself. It's not a part of tortoise nature." "Well, I've caught you this time, you slippery fellow, you. Caught you in a full-fledged contradiction." "Yes, I guess you did." "There you go again! Now you're contradicting yourself more and more. You are so steeped in contradiction, it's impossible to argue with you." "Not really. I argue with myself without any trouble at all. Perhaps the problem is with you. I would venture a guess that maybe you're the one who's contradictory, but you're so trapped in your own tangled web that you can't see how inconsistent you're being." "What an insulting suggestion! I'm going to show you that you're the contradictory one, and there are no two ways about it." "Well, if it's so, your task ought to be cut out for you. What could be easier than to point out a contradiction? Go ahead, try it out." Now I hardly know where to begin. Oh, I know. You first said that 1. Your shell is green, and then you went on to say that 2. Your shell is not green. What more can I say? Just kindly point out the contradiction. Quit beating around the bush. But... Oh, now I begin to see. Sometimes I am so slow-witted. It must be that you and I differ as to what constitutes a contradiction. That's the trouble. Well, let me make myself very clear. A contradiction occurs when somebody says one thing and denies it at the same time. A neat trick. I'd like to see it done. Probably ventriloquists would excel at contradictions, speaking out of both sides of their mouth, as it were. But I'm not a ventriloquist. Well, what I actually meant is just that somebody can say one thing and deny it all within one single sentence. It doesn't literally have to be in the same instant. Well, you didn't give one sentence. You gave 2. Yes, two sentences that contradict each other. I am sad to see the tangled structure of your thoughts becoming so exposed, Achilles. First, you told me that a contradiction is something which occurs in a single sentence. Then you told me that you found a contradiction in a pair of sentences I uttered. Frankly, it's just as I said. Your own system of thought is so delusional that you manage to avoid seeing how inconsistent it is. From the outside, however, it's plain as day. Sometimes I get so confused by your diversionary tactics that I can't quite tell if we're arguing about something utterly petty or something deep and profound. I assure you, tortoises don't spend their time on the petty. Hence, it's the latter. I am very reassured, thank you. Now, I have had a moment to reflect, and I see the necessary logical step to convince you that you contradicted yourself. Good, good. I hope it's an easy step, an indisputable one. It certainly is. Even you will agree with it. The idea is, since you believed sentence 1, my shell is green, and you believed sentence 2, my shell is not green, you would believe one compound sentence in which both were combined, wouldn't you? Of course, it would only be reasonable, providing just that the manner of combination is universally acceptable, but I'm sure that we'll agree on that. Yes, and that I'll have you. The combination I propose is... But we must be careful in combining sentences. For instance, you'd grant that politicians lie is true, wouldn't you? Who could deny it? Good. Likewise, cast iron sinks is a valid utterance, isn't it? Indubitably. Then, putting them together, we get politicians lie in cast iron sinks. Now that's not the case, is it? Now wait a minute. Politicians lie in cast iron sinks? Well, no, but... So you see, combining two true sentences in one is not a safe policy, is it? But you combine the two in such a silly way. Silly? What have you got to object to in the way I combined them? Would you have me do it otherwise? You should have used the word and not in. I should have? You mean, if you'd had your way, I should have? No, it's the logical thing to do. It's got nothing to do with me personally. This is where you always lose me, when you resort to your logic and its high-sounding principles. None of that for me today, please. Oh, Mr. Tortoise, don't put me through all this agony. You know very well that's what and means. It's harmless to combine two true sentences with and. Harmless, my eye! What gall! This is certainly a most pernicious plot to entrap a poor, innocent, bumbling tortoise in a fatal contradiction. If it were so harmless, why would you be trying so bloody hard to get me to do it, eh? You've left me speechless. You make me feel like a villain, where I really had only the most innocent of motivations. That's what everyone believes of himself. Shame on me, trying to outwit you, to use words to snare you in a self-contradiction. I feel so rotten. And well you should. I know what you were trying to set up. Your plan was to make me accept sentence 3, to wit, my shell is green, and my shell is not green. And such a blatant falsehood is repellent to the tongue of a tortoise. Oh, I'm so sorry I started all of this. You needn't be sorry. My feelings aren't hurt. After all, I'm used to the unreasonable ways of the folk about me. I enjoy your company, Achilles, even if your thinking lacks clarity. Yes, well, I fear I am set in my ways, and will probably continue to err and err again in my quest for truth. Today's exchange may have served a little to right your course. Good day, Achilles. Good day, Mr. T.